Welcome back from Letstute to my viewers, subscribers and would-be subscribers. I am Ponujosna Kangli, your IELTS trainer. Today it's for speaking, IELTS speaking. As you know, it is face-to-face test. And you also know, as I have mentioned in my previous video, for paper-based test, it may be conducted within 7 days. And for computer-based test, it may be on the same day or on a different day. Now, since it is a human not machine test, human to human test, it is better that you follow certain things. It is better that you follow a perfect body language and also you be presentable. There are many more tips, so watch my video till end, and before that I request you to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for notification. Now in this video I have format, criteria for marking and even how to calculate your marks, means you can know what band you may get. So let's start with speaking. Speaking has 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1 is actually a personal interest test, means the examiner will ask you questions which will be related to your personal interest. It will be followed by part 2. Part 2 will be a cue card round. You will be given a cue card. You will also be given a piece of paper where you can write down points. The third part will be linked to your part 2. Now remember, I will be explaining each part in details so that you are thorough with the format and how you are marked. Once you know where you will lose mark and where you will score, you will definitely take that part where you will score. So let's keep going. So to begin with, I would like to give you some tips. For that, first thing I would like to say, act natural when you are going to take your exam, as if you are going for a formal meeting. Don't take it as an exam, take it as a formal meeting. Remember, the question which will be asked to you will be already dealt in my video. It will be much closer to that. So you will be already trained, so feel yourself comfortable. But don't act too smart, it should be a formal appearance. Now for this, what happens that when you are explaining your answer for IELTS test, it is important that you have to take little effort to elaborate your answer, to always give a why to that answer, or take it in that way. If you are in the position of the examiner, so how would you take it? Take it in that way. Did you complete the whole thing what they asked for? Was the answer really covered in a proper way? It was delivered in a proper tone? Think all these points in your mind and then answer your question. For this, remember, if you forget some answer, for example, like you are not getting it on time. So how would you say that? You may say, I would like to take some minute, and then you can answer. Don't keep quiet or don't be nervous. Same thing goes on when you have a cue card round also. Those answers are little big. You have to speak for 2 minutes. For that, you are giving 1 minute to answer. You can also have fillers. Fillers will be dealt separately in a separate video and even in between that. Third part also will be something which will be little wider, in wider form. That also keep in mind, answer why, how you are explaining that answer. All this why, what, how should be covered when you are answering the questions. Now, moving on with the first criteria for marking. Let me play a guessing game, okay? So think for this, if you are there to test a person for your regional language, what will you test first? Okay. Still not. Let me go with the next part. Now, if I ask you, you should watch the lip movement for any language to be known or to learn, then which point I am stressing on? Still not clear? Okay. Now if I tell you, to know your English better, watch English news channels or people who are speaking English and especially focus with their lip movement, rolling of their tongue, then what I am focusing on? Yes, think you got it right. I'm talking about the pronunciation. Your pronunciation matters a lot. You only think if you have pronounced a word in a different manner, sounded it in a different manner, will it make any sense? Never. For example, if you have the word, let me say platform. If you say platform or platform or something, you won't believe. I can hear some students saying platform. All these will sound wrong. It's just platform. So it has to be in a correct form of pronunciation. Pronunciation really matters a lot. But in this part, I know the doubt which comes to your mind is accent. Which accent should we follow? Do we follow American accent or British accent? For this, the right answer is no matter what accent. But don't fake your accent. It should be neutral accent. Of course, the person who is judging you can understand that in a matter of span of, say, take your training for a month or so, you will change your way of speaking, your accent. It cannot. It cannot change in a matter of, say, 30 days or something like that. But it shouldn't be pronounced wrongly. That is the thing they want to see. It is not so that you have to follow some accent which is really dominating you. You should adopt a neutral accent which will be understood by both of us, examiner and examinee. The next criteria is fluency and coherence. Now, fluency means how you flow with the sentence. How is your flow in that language? Coherence means how you connect word to word or sentence to sentence. Now, fluency doesn't mean that you will run with the words or with the sentence. There should be a correct pace. There should be a separation from word to word. A person in front of you should understand there are two words or there is a separation between two words. Coherence will be sentence to sentence additional also. Now, coming to one point, fluency, it might be a doubt to you. Like, how do we say that? Now, remember, there are few words where we stress. Grammatically, I am telling you. And there are few words which are not stressed. Now, when we cater to a sentence, like for example, if I give you a sentence, IELTS is an English language testing system. So how does it go? IELTS is an English language testing system. Did I say all the words with full stress? No. I stressed on IELTS, English. What are these words? I know you know that. Those are noun. Now the words which are stressed are usually noun, adjective, pronoun and adverb. And sometimes negative auxiliary verbs also. Leaving other words become your unstressed or gliding words. Coming to the next sentence, if I want to connect that, then what do we say? IELTS is an English language system. It is a system which has 4 parts to mark. So I used the word it. That is how you the word coherence come over here. How you connect. So here you use pronoun, you use a better vocabulary where you add, you have connecting device which will help you to connect those sentences, which really enhances your score. You have to be clear. So it is not that you will keep on repeating the words or have monotonous on it. There should be a flow, there should be a connection of words. Now moving to the next criteria. It is called lexical resource. Though it sounds little complicated, but it is nothing but vocabulary. Use better words to impress your examiner so that they know that you have in your bag good words. So for this, remember, don't use the word good. Let me give you one example. If they ask you, tell me something about your hometown. If you answer, I live in a very good place, you won't get much marks. Though you thought that I gave a right answer, it is a good place, but you won't get marks. You will get marks, you will not score 0 for sure, but it will not be very good marks. Then what should you answer? So it can be like, I am lucky that I am born in a place which is blessed with nature's beauty. Think if your place is not urbanized or it is in a remote area, then you can say this, where I can enjoy nature's beauty, I get fresh air. So I'm really lucky to be born at that place and I will stay there. Think to the other part. If you are in a place which is a city, which is urbanized, then you can say that I am in a place where it's a happening city. I experience new things every day. Won't that be exciting? Even you will feel excited to answer such questions, and even the examiner will feel happy. So lexical resource means nothing, but it's just play with the words. Don't repeat words. Remember, repeating words is not advisable, even for your writing. When you take your writing exam, please don't repeat words. For repeating words, even there you get a penalty, you lose marks. So it is better not build in a habit not to repeat the words, and think of synonyms, think of better words, which you will also feel excited that I am using something which is giving me pleasure. Now let's move to the last criteria, which is grammatical resource. Now grammatical accuracy is called the last criteria, which doesn't mean that it will have all the criteria which you have to follow. It means that you should be correct. There should be a perfect transformation of the sentences. It shouldn't be in one tense throughout your speech. For example, there should be a transformation from present perfect as per the demand. The more you give transformation of the sentence, the more you get marks. Now, remember one thing. Sometimes we go wrong in the syntax, the formation of the sentence. So, one advice over here is a piece of advice that you should frame small sentences. You tend to commit less mistakes if you frame small sentences, but with better vocabulary, with impressive words. It will fetch you more marks rather than long sentences without a breath in between. There you tend to lose marks, you tend to commit mistakes, so it's better to have small sentences. So if I repeat the tips of the day from first to the end, leaving your criteria for marking, it can be natural, don't be nervous. Next, when I come to your pronunciation, follow native person's accent. It is not that you should follow the whole accent, but the word should be picked up properly. When you come to your lexical resource, increase your vocabulary, go with the synonyms. For grammar, use simple and small sentence, but with better vocabulary and transformation of sentences. Now I am pretty sure that you know what you have to do on the speaking day, how you have to speak, what you have to speak. But you are pretty doubtful about the marking. But as I promised, I will be clearing this in my video. So here is the time you get cleared with your doubts. Let me explain with the scorecard. Let me go through with a scorecard of IELTS speaking. Each of these criteria receives a score from 0 to 9 points. After that, an arithmetic mean is calculated to determine the section's total score. For example, if your marks are in Fluency and Coherence 7, Pronunciation 8, Lexical Resource 7 and Grammatical Accuracy 6, your total score becomes 28. That is divided by 4 and your band becomes 7. Now let us go with the other example. Over here, if you score in Fluency and Coherence 7.5, which is pretty natural, you can get a decimal scoring also. Pronunciation 7, Lexical Resource 7 and Grammatical Range and Accuracy you get 7.5. Your total score becomes 29. And when you divide it with 4, it becomes 7.25. Now remember, in IELTS, we don't have any 2-5 sort of calculation. It is rounded to 7.5. Either it is 7 or 7.5. Now I think so it is pretty clear that how it is calculated. Thank you for watching my video. I'm pretty sure that you're a little clear about speaking. At least you got the gist of speaking. But still, if you have any doubt, why don't you write it on the comment box? I'm ready to answer your queries. And to know further about what is coming next, subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notification on time, and Like my video so that I get motivated. Bye for now. Thank you.